If Weston Carroll didn't shift into a bear soon, he was going to tear someone's head off and possibly munch on their skull like a jawbreaker. He didn't much care that he'd be picking bone bits out of his teeth for weeks. Wouldn't be the first time, and it sure as hell wouldn't be the last. His life had been long and hard. There were things in his past he wasn't proud of, and things in his future he was sure to come to regret. Such was the way of it all. He was tired, in need of a shift, hungry, and he wanted sex. He wasn't even sure in what order he needed it to happen, only that it all needed to happen sooner rather than later. The shifting was winning out, though he'd have put money on his dick needing satisfied first and foremost. Guess the bear in him had other plans. His bear was an asshole. Add in the fact he was exhausted and hadn't slept worth a damn for weeks because of screwed up dreams, and Weston was pretty much a raging bear waiting to happen. He rubbed his jaw, his hands moving over his closely clipped beard. He'd never been one of those clean-shaven kind of guys. Wasn't his thing, even before becoming a shifter. A lot had changed after his testing. His grooming habits weren't one of them. Neither were the dreams. He'd had those for as long as he could remember, but whatever had been done to him years ago had made them much more intense. Intense. Telling. Sometimes horrifying. Closing his eyes for a moment, he relaxed and thought about one of the dreams that had been both soothing and oddly terrifying. The one with the faceless woman. He could see her from behind, her long hair down and going in all directions, curly and glorious, made for a man to run his fingers through. And he could smell her. Berries and cream. The scent was burned into his brain. He wanted to wrap himself in it. His mouth watered with desire as he opened his eyes, his attention now on the woods before him. He couldn't keep dwelling on whatever it was his dreams were trying to tell him. He'd already listened to his fucked up dreams once in the month and had come out of hiding to do so. He'd spent decades staying under the radar of people who wanted to study him or kill him, and he'd flushed it all to help a friend. Someone he considered a brother. Weston had sought out Casey Black, a fellow Immortal outcast, and even assisted the guy's mate. When Weston's dreams had led him to believe that Casey's mate, Harmony, would be taken captive and killed, he found he couldn't stay hidden any longer. He had to do something to try to stop the events from unfolding. He had, sort of. When it was over, she'd been alive and unharmed, but he'd been a bit late to the party, so to speak, and she'd been taken captive. That had left him no choice but to get himself captured as well, to be sure he was taken straight to her, as he had been. He'd been drugged, chained, and imprisoned. Again. Though not for long. Since he'd allowed himself to be captured in the first place, he'd always been in control of the situation, at least to some degree. And he had to laugh at the men who tried to keep him held prisoner. What jokes! They were the type who probably had trouble catching and keeping a bug in a jar when they were little. Idiots. Dead idiots now, but idiots all the same. No, Weston had done his due diligence. He'd helped another outcast, paid some good forward. Now, though, his work was done, and he didn't need to stay in the area any longer. With Harmony home safe, the dreams should have eased up, or at least stopped for a while. In the past, once the danger was over, he'd always been given breaks. Not now. The Harmony dreams ended only for new, more confusing ones to begin, and they'd started when Weston was drugged and held captive. Whatever sedative they'd pumped him full of was more than likely a trigger, though he didn't understand how or why. The dreams brought with them the sinking feeling something bad was close to happening to someone he loved. But since he didn't love anyone, that in itself was confusing. So was the berries and cream girl. He'd never been blocked from being able to see a face in his dreams before, but hers was a mask of nothingness to him. Whoever she was, he had a strong sense that she was either in trouble or about to be, but he didn't have any details beyond that. Didn't matter how many times he tried to dream of her, all the information he received from whatever it was he tapped into when he was asleep wasn't much to go on.